And welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel and 4:45 p.m. On Facebook Live. Today we're talking about rest and productivity. What is the connection between resting, both in terms of physical rest, but also kind of a metaphysical rest, resting your soul, resting in the spirit, um, having one's peace. When a thing is at rest, it is still, and that does not mean metaphysically that one is completely without motion. What it means is that one is not worried, one is resting, one is still not having to look asunder, look uh, forward or back, but to be in the present, knowing that all is well. So we have a really interesting and non-traditional show planned today. So thanks for being here. If you are new, you can go to productivethroughjoy.com and see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. All right. You can also go to um, simply become a subscriber here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Hit that subscribe button and become a subscriber and get all these videos for free. I did say free, one, two, three, four, free. And see what we do when we do what we do. We speak to again groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. A really innovative, powerful program. So we do all kinds of interesting things, but you'll see that on the website. So, uh, thanks for being here. If you are new, allow me to say a few words about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller, Racing Fences. That book was a Today Show Book Club selection. That show was amazing. That particular book did all types of work. Will Smith, the actor, bought the film rights to that particular project, hired me to write the screenplay. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel America, published on iconic Third World Press, who nominated the book for the Pulitzer Prize. I'm the author of the acclaimed novel. What am I saying? I'm writing another novel, but I'm author of the just published in April of this year, Animating Black and Brown Liberation, A Theory of American Literature, which is a book that interrogates the intersection of race and violence in America. I was going to say about Americas. Americas is a book that examines the race, violence, and family in the American family. Set 13 Miles from Ferguson, a really, really powerful book. I'm really excited about that novel. It just came out again this past a few months ago I've been busy a few months ago on Third World Press. Um, just in November last year of 2018. I am also my educational, but I am also the board president. I'm busy. I'm giving my brief bio because I want to let people know what I'm doing here. I am the board president of the World Stage Literary and Jazz Venue here in California. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate. My master's is from UCLA, and my PhD is in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I'm currently working on a new novel, so look for that coming soon. So thanks for being here, guys. So today we're talking about rest and productivity. And point one is that let me say this last thing. I oftentimes I like to say that brief bio every show because people are almost always surprised to hear about my background when they hear that type of productivity. I'm the product of a young girl who was violated at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and then subsequently gave me up for adoption to a single divorcee. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD, yet as cool Modi famously said, how you like me now, right? And if I can be this productive and be so through joy, we are arguing that many other people can be similarly productive as well. It's not where you're from, it's where you're about to go, all right? So thanks for being here. So again, we're talking about rest and productivity. And point one, a friend of mine reached out to me and said, you need to get more sleep, which, is probably true. Um, and I'm working on that. It's a process. I'm busy. But my response to her was, because I have this spiritual practice, this meditating and yoga and all these things that I do to build my internal infrastructure, I am able to, and have for a very long time, able to uh, work hard and be productive using less sleep. I don't recommend that. That's just how I've been able to do it, but everyone has to find their own journey. I'm just saying that the power of meditation is so palpable that it can allow you to have less sleep. Also, I live here in Venice Beach, California, and so being by the ocean, you sleep so heavy. You sleep with such a soundness living out here. Um, so the 4 hours of sleep I'm getting is, it's compounded. It's high energy sleep, and so I feel like it's been able to give me what I need. But also the kind of second point to that first point, which is also what I told my friend, was that when you have rest in the spirit, rest in spiritual practice, rest in God, rest in the primordial energy, that thing is so powerful. That particular um, energy is so edifying that it gives you a sense of rest, or rest can also be a word that we can use to describe peace. It gives you a sense of peace. I know in the times when I'm not on top of my game, when I'm just overwhelmed by life, when it comes and throws curves at you, um, I don't feel that rest. I feel tired. I feel exhausted. I feel frustrated. So I know if I'm feeling that, even after a few days of not being on top of my game, I know other people are going through um, a similar feeling, which is why for me it's helpful from time to time not to be on my game in kind of a weird way, because I recognize that this is how people are living. This feeling that I have right now is how a lot of people live every damn day, and so it allows me to have some perspective. Because when you live this life, when you're disciplined and you're on this program and you're meditating, doing all this stuff, life's pretty good every day. I mean, that's just what it is. Regardless of what's happening in your life in terms of circumstance. And so it allows me just to see what other people are going through, and it's not pretty, right? Which goes right into point three. That may be, all right. I mean, I'm not trying to judge anyone. I mean, obviously, I know that how life can be. As I've just shared, that if you know the show at all, I've been facing a series over the last few years, a series of really extraordinary, really betrayals by people in my inner circle. When folks in your inner circle betray you, it's hard to deal with because you are trusting people, and it makes you not want to trust anyone else ever again. And that's how many people live as well. I mean, I can write a book on all that. I write books for a living, so I can write a book on betrayal. But also, that's where your spiritual practice comes in. You have to be able to, you don't have to, we encourage people to be able to interrogate the self and determine how you want to live, even when people around you ain't acting right. Oh my goodness, I got a story to tell y'all. Um, and also, when people in your life see what you are going through and see, how you handle yourself when things do not go your way, that's also a source of motivation and inspiration for them. And so, when everyone is doing that together in a collective, in a circle of colleagues, friendships, relationships, it just it just levens the group. It makes the group stronger, more powerful, and all the boats rise together. And that's what happens when you are at rest. People see you at rest in chaotic situations, at peace in chaotic situations, at peace in a context of injustice, and still moving forward. It really helps them as it helps you. All right. So boom goes the dynamite. Thanks for being here, guys. We air each weekday morning, hella early, early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.